So, going to do another video on a teardown of gaming PC to see if it's actually worth what they're selling it for. So this one is a Ryzen 5 2600, 6-core, 12-thread. It has the potential of overclocking to a 3.9, usually without having to increase the voltage of the power supply. It comes with a GTX 1660 Ti, 6 GB, and a 500 GB SSD. 8 GB of Ddr4 Ram at 3000 speed. It says somewhere right there. So, I just looked at the pictures because sometimes, like, I'll show you guys quick. It shows that it has a Zotac uh, graphics card, which that isn't actually a 1660 Ti. That's a 1650 regular, I believe. That Zotac's 1660 Zotac logo is always in the middle for both the ones that they build. They have one without a top shield and one with a shield, but when I was looking at the pictures, buddy here has obviously an MSI. You can see the MSI logo, so I replaced it with an MSI card, one because it was $10 cheaper, and quite frankly, MSI is better than Zotac, regardless of what most people might say. I don't think actually anyone's going to fight me on that. Um, it's weird. It says that the hard drive spins 7,200 RPM, but there's no hard drive in this thing. It's a 500 gigabyte SSD. It also says it has 500 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. That's crazy. And then graphics, it's got a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. Am I like looking at the wrong one? Like I don't understand why this is on here. Technical details. Up here it looks right. No, it's not. Like it's showing this. Like if someone comes down here and sees this, they're gonna be like, I'm getting a 1080 Ti. For $829. That is never gonna happen. All right. Anyway, so I matched the motherboard. I got a similar case. I can't figure out what this one is. I made sure to get a case that reflected like the look of it as close as I could. So this one is 829. The only thing missing for mine is Windows 10 and a Wi-Fi stick, which I'm going to show you some good options because the Wi-Fi that they have is actually built in. So if you do want that, like the card's right there. So we're going to look at a couple of those. But anyway, so this is what I got so far. I have two graphics cards, so obviously 269 versus 279. I'm going to take the MSI, so I'll delete that. So without Windows 10, which you can buy Windows 10 on flash deals every once in a while where they sell them instant codes for $10 until Amazon takes it down, I bought 5 or 6, and if you can't find it on Amazon.com, you can actually go to Amazon.ca and they'll actually just email it to your email. Just make sure to confirm with the seller that they'll email it, and then if they email it, you get the code, you type it in, you get Windows 10 Pro, which is much better than Home. You get a couple extra features. Um, Real quick, so I always choose this one. This is always the one that I pick. I very much like it. For $13, it's really nice, but some people want a built-in one. So we're going to look up PCIe Wi-Fi card. Just to make it fair, because that one does have one, it's probably about the same quality as this one, which is actually not that bad. So we're going to buy this one. It costs, I think, $1 more. And then now we have pretty much everything. So we have the probably the same quality of Wi-Fi, slightly better graphics card, the exact same motherboard, the A320M, A320M. I don't know why it doesn't say M over there. All right, and then just a generic light up keyboard and mouse like you'll probably get. This is the case that I chose, and I've never seen it before, but it actually looks quite cool. It comes with an RGB already installed at the back, has multiple fan locations, including on top, which is nice. So I added the extra fans right here, which come with the hookup. This is the kind that I use. I very much like them. I highly recommend them. And then even an RGB thermal take 500 watt because it was only an extra 10 bucks to get the RGB. And if you face the fan down to pull air in, it will actually make it look like your PC has underglow, which is actually quite cool. And then a 480 gigabyte SATA Connect SSD, which is 20 gigabytes less than what they're advertising, but I highly recommend Kingston for the price. It's really, really good. And then an RGB DDR4 3000. The only reason I added this was it was only a couple extra bucks to get the RGB. Had decent reviews, and then the AMD 5 2600 processor, which is actually really, really good of a deal. Like this thing for $133, like you can't beat that. This this processor will last you years. Yeah. So essentially 730, let's add another $15 for Windows 10 when you get it. So 745 plus tax versus 829. So really you have to think that if you went to the store to get it thrown in, you can also put together better parts. Like this is just generic. But I don't think this is a bad price, but considering considering like your other option of actually building one exactly how you like it and making sure to actually get parts that you like, I think I would just go with a build, but it's not terrible. It it's actually pretty good. I'm a little really upset that they get these things so wrong. Like there's quite a difference between a 1660 Ti and a 1080 Ti, like substantially different. But anyways, like that's pretty much it. It's discretion, but you guys are adults. Make your own decisions.